spoiler alert hangs heavy in the air as Stranger Things finally closes the door on one of the most emotional television journeys of the last decade. After years of mystery, monsters, heartbreak, and hope, the Duffer Brothers have spoken, and the fate of one beloved character has now been confirmed. What fans just witnessed on Netflix was not just an ending, but a goodbye that still echoes long after the screen fades to black. Life has been so unfair to you, so cruel, but you never let it break you. Those words feel like they were written not just for one character, but for an entire generation that grew up alongside this show. In the final moments, the audience is asked to believe one last time, to fight for the idea that beyond the darkness, beyond Hawkins, there is still light, and at the center of it all stands Eleven, the girl who changed everything. From the very first season, Eleven was never just another character. She was the heart of Stranger Things, the quiet force that carried unimaginable trauma while still choosing compassion over destruction. As the finale unfolded, emotions ran high, and fans around the world found themselves holding their breath as her story reached what appeared to be its end. When Eleven seemingly sacrifices herself, the question explodes across social media within seconds. Did she actually die? The finale is undeniably emotional, and according to creators Matt Duffer and Ross Duffer, it was always meant to be that way. They describe the final episode as unexpected, deeply personal, and deliberately open-ended. This wasn't about shock for shock's sake. It was about honoring the emotional truth of the characters we followed for so long. As Stranger Things goes right side up one final time, the show dares viewers to sit with uncertainty. In the closing chapters, we see a vision of peace that feels almost unreal after so much chaos. Eleven is no longer running, no longer hiding, no longer fighting. She finds a small town far away from Hawkins, a place untouched by the horrors of the Upside Down. A place where the danger of the Black Hand no longer looms. For the first time, she is simply allowed to exist. Safe to free human. For the cast, reading how this story ended was overwhelming. One actor admitted the emotions hit so hard, they couldn't even drive home afterward, needing to sit quietly and process what it all meant. That reaction mirrors what millions of fans felt watching at home. This wasn't just a finale. It was the end of a shared emotional experience that spanned 10 years. The Duffer Brothers have now confirmed that Eleven's fate was intentionally left in the hands of the audience. While the show presents what looks like a final sacrifice, it also quietly reveals a possible escape. A subtle twist suggests that Eleven may have survived, thanks to a final secretive collaboration between sisters 11 and 8. It's a moment so understated that many viewers missed it on first watch, yet powerful enough to redefine the entire ending. According to Matt Duffer, the goal was never to give a single, concrete answer. Instead, the creators wanted fans to choose the ending that felt right to them. Did Eleven give her life to save the world? Or did she finally get the chance to live the quiet, happy life she was always denied? The show offers both possibilities, trusting the audience to decide which truth they believe. What makes this ending hit so hard is that it feels earned. Stranger Things never rushed its emotional beats, and the finale is no exception. Every character's journey is gently closed, not with loud fanfare, but with quiet acceptance. Mike, standing at the emotional core of Eleven's life, represents the love that always grounded her. His belief in her never wavered, even when the world around them fell apart. The idea of a happily ever after is complicated in this universe, and the Duffer Brothers knew that. They've revealed there was never a version of the story where Eleven stayed behind in Hawkins, laughing with the gang as if nothing had changed. Her destiny was always bigger, lonelier, and more bittersweet. Leaving was not a punishment, it was her freedom. For years, Matt Duffer and Ross Duffer knew exactly what the final 10 minutes of the show would be. That knowledge became their North Star, guiding every decision along the way. They were confident that if they could deliver 10 unforgettable hours and then land those final moments just right, the ending would linger in fans' hearts forever. And judging by the emotional reaction online, that gamble paid off. The last moments of Stranger Things are quiet, reflective, and deeply human. There's no explosive battle, no dramatic monologue that explains everything. Instead, there's belief. Belief that even without clear answers, hope can still exist. I believe, the characters say, and in that repetition lies the soul of the show. Belief in friendship, belief in love, belief in a future beyond pain. As the story ends, attention naturally turns to the people behind the characters. The cast, many of whom grew up on screen, have been openly sharing their final goodbyes and behind-the-scenes memories. For them, Stranger Things wasn't just a job, it was a childhood, a family, a shared coming-of-age experience that shaped who they are today. One cast member summed it up simply, saying they would miss the peeps. Another spoke about spending more time with their castmates than with their own siblings. Those bonds were real, forged over long nights, intense scenes, and years of growing up together under the spotlight. For actors like Millie Bobby Brown and Noah Schnapp, those connections became something deeper than friendship. There's something uniquely powerful about watching young actors grow up together on screen. As one cast member reflected, viewers weren't just watching a show, they were watching real lives unfold. Childhood turned into adolescence, innocence into maturity, all captured through the lens of Stranger Things. Saying goodbye to these characters means saying goodbye to a chapter of life. 10 years is a long time to share a journey, and the weight of that reality is impossible to ignore. Pride, gratitude, and heartbreak all blend together in the cast's reflections. They speak not just of success, but of love, of support, of becoming a family when the camera stopped rolling. Those relationships, they say, will last a lifetime. As fans continue to debate Eleven's fate, one thing is absolutely clear. Stranger Things didn't end with destruction. It ended with choice. Choice to believe in survival. Choice to believe in peace. Choice to believe that after everything, happiness is still possible somewhere beyond Hawkins. The legacy of Stranger Things isn't just its monsters or mysteries. It's the emotional truth at its core. A story about kids who refuse to give up on each other. A girl who refused to let cruelty define her. And creators who trusted their audience enough to leave the final answer unsaid. In the end, whether Eleven lived or died almost becomes secondary. What matters is what she represents. Strength born from suffering. Hope born from despair. And the idea that sometimes the most powerful endings are the ones that ask us to believe. As the screen fades to black for the final time, the door to Stranger Things closes gently. Not with fear, but with love. And somewhere, in a quiet town far away, a girl who once saved the world may finally be at peace.